and Dwayne Wade right at the body of Anderson Varejao. Welcome to your Kodak moment, Anderson Varejao. Curry, way down top. Bang! Bang! Oh, what a shot from Curry!
All right, Patrick, since you're so much smarter than everyone else,
my
taking
God.
out 11 for the
Ooh.
Warriors.
Okay. Ooh. Warriors.
Ooh.
They they took Klay Thompson, became the greatest shooting backcourt
You
of
know
all
what?
with Curry.
But bang, boom. I'm picking Davis Bertans.
All right, I like it. Explain.
That's literally just a Walmart Clay Thompson.
Well, I mean, Bertans is a small forward. Klay Thompson is a shooting guard.
Yeah, but they do the same thing. He's
They
gonna be
shoot.
Yeah.
I mean, Bertans isn't really a shooter on the same level as Klay, but
well,
he's like a good consolation prize.
Yeah, he's a Walmart version. 99-cent store.
I mean, I feel like he's less than $1 store. He's like when you put a quarter into those machines outside of the supermarket to get like a toy out in those plastic containers. He's like that to Klay at like a Toys R Us.
Yeah, but remember, he's great on the Wizards.
Yeah,
and the Wizards have no system.
Mm-hmm.
The system is non-existent.
Yeah.
Now imagine him on the Warriors.
Yeah,
That
could be
running
real good.
and gun system. I don't know. That could be a good 18, 19 points per game.
All right, Kevin, who you taking? Who's going to your dad's team?
You know, I'm a lot of just so we could stay, consistent with not picking similar players. I was gonna take Bertans, but you know what? I'll pick Mirotic.
Mirotic, okay. Explain why.
Oh, I thought he was about to laugh again. I really thought I heard it. Okay. No, I mean at that point, look, I'm not gonna say Mirotic is a better shooter than Bertans, but you get around the same thing. Because I mean, look, Bertans is most like more of a spot up shooter. I feel like Mirotic can still be serviceable, not as a spot up shooter, but he still is a really good shooter that you can kick out to if you need to.
I mean, are you sure you want to do that? Because they had David Lee, but okay.
David Lee was on his way out, and then they had like Andre Biedrins. So I mean, it's a position you need to fill in. So yeah, that's what I'm going with.
I think they got it right in taking a guard. I mean, I don't think Vucevic fits this team very well. So I'm gonna take the man, the myth, the legend, Iman Shumpert. I think I know Isaiah Thomas is still there, but
so you don't laugh at him.
Look, if I take Isaiah Thomas, that defense is god awful. Steph and Isaiah Thomas in the same backcourt is just asking to have 140 points dropped on your head. And Vucevic is not very good defensively either. And they traded for Bogut later in that year, so they wanted a defensive big man anyway, so there's no way they're taking Vucevic. And I think you get a 3-and-D shooting guard with decent athleticism who can play defense to make up for Curry. And that's what Shumpert was in his first few years.
That's explosive athleticism.
Huh?
That's explosive athleticism.
Man had great athleticism.
What about Etuan Moore?
Etuan Moore is nothing in comparison to Shump.
What?
Etuan Moore.
What did Shump become this amazing player?
Shump was real good
when he was with us. When he was with us.
Then he was pretty decent for the Cavs, and then he was very good for the Kings 2 years ago.
He was?
Yeah.
Okay. You think that? Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Patrick, please tell me you're going to be taking Kyle Singler in this redraft.
Who?
You don't want to do it.
Taking no damn Kyle Singler.
All right. Well, Patrick, since I got you on the spot, number 12 overall, Utah with their second pick, right? They got the third pick from the Darren Williams trade. Who are you going with number 12?
Number 12.
You took Jimmy Butler there earlier, so.
Who do they have at power forward?
Paul Millsap.
Paul Millsap. And who do they have at center?
Mm-hmm. Al Jefferson.
Al Jefferson.
Yes.
So I would have. So the only weakness would be point guard. So you know who I'm gonna pick?
Because they just traded away Darren Williams.
Yep.
I'm gonna have to pick my boy, Corey Joseph.
Okay. I mean, Corey Joseph is as run of the mill as they come. He's your basic don't fuck anything up point guard.
I think that's exactly what the Jazz need. Because they already got Jimmy Butler.
Didn't they end up trading for who's the guy that's not George Hill but has had essentially the same career as George Hill?
Mike Conley?
No.
Man just said George Hill and Mike Conley have had the same career.
I mean, I don't know who you talking about.
You either talking
George Hill did end up with the Jazz though, right?
At a point, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, they did try to get that type of point guard for a while. Yeah.
Yeah, they had him for like a year, I think. Yeah.
Very nice. Well, so Patrick's going with Kojo. Kevin, who you going with?
No, I was going with the same thing.
Same thing?
Yeah, I was going with the same thing. Because I said at the beginning when I got Thompson, the only weakness they had was point guard. You get a serviceable point guard in there, you're good. You set.
Yeah. I mean,
so that was.
So you're not even going to take a second look at Norris Cole?
I mean, Norris Cole.
What about LaVoy Allen?
Okay, see, this is where I stuck with Corey Joseph, right there when you say that.
All right.
Go ahead. No, keep going.
I mean, Kevin, you do realize you haven't taken Isaiah Thomas yet.
Yeah, I know.
Okay. Well, on that note, I'm going to take Isaiah Thomas at 12 to the Jazz. I think he brings some sort of dynamic point, like dynamicism at the guard spot there. I think you have Clay to be the defensive guard, and I mean, will he move to the bench eventually? Probably, but even then, it doesn't hurt to have a decent scoring option there, and I don't want to clog up the big man rotation by saying, hey, we need to give Vucevic minutes. So there you go. All right. We good? Can we move on to 13 with the Phoenix Suns?
Yeah.
This Phoenix Suns team is not a very good one.
They finished 50-50.
They finished they what?
Like a 50-50. They finished 33 wins, 33 losses.
Yeah, but this was a team headlined by like old Steve Nash and Sebastian Telfair, Robin Lopez, and Marcin Gortat. And Channing Frye, but like even then.
Don't forget old Grant Hill.
And Josh Childress.
Oh my God. That's a name I haven't heard in a while.
Yeah. I don't think anyone wanted to hear it. But who you gonna go there? Kevin, why don't you start it out?
See, this for me, this is another one of those teams where like there ain't really much you could do. I would say best thing you could do, in my opinion, I would take Jonas Valanciunas.
All right. Valanciunas.
Yeah. Pretty good big. I would argue better than Gortat, and for me, best player available.
All right. How do you think he does better there than any of the other point guards. So better than any of the centers. So like better than Robin Lopez, better than Marcin Gortat.
Better than Robin Lopez. Better than Robin Lopez, yes. Gortat is, for me, Gortat is like a decent center, throughout his career. But
Yeah.
I feel like Valanciunas will be at some point, maybe if not that season, maybe next year, will take over that spot pretty quickly.
Yeah.
For me,
Yeah.
so yeah, that's what I will go with.
All right. Valanciunas going to Phoenix. I mean, it's certainly a big shift from the cold of Toronto to the burning heat of Phoenix, but
he'll get used to it. It'll be fine.
He'll get used to it. Patrick, you want me to go first, or do you want to go?
You can go.
All right. So I think there's an obvious name that I haven't drafted yet. Yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. That name is Chandler Parsons. No, I'm kidding. I'm going Vucevic. I mean, he's the best player available. There's really no one else I can justifiably take.
Patrick left the call for a second.
Did he really? Incredible. Yeah, I don't think there's anyone else I can really take, but yeah, Vucevic is going to Phoenix, just because there's no one else I could take. If there was someone else I could take, I would take them. But Patrick, who are you going with this pick? Let's hear it.
I'm gonna go with Marcus Morris.
Oh, so you're sticking with them.
All right.
I'm going Marcus Morris.
Marcus Morris, like, if he had been a few years earlier, he would fit with that Suns core so well.
Yeah, but I mean, weren't they both on that team at some point? Both.
Yeah, but it was like 4 years later when everyone was gone.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel like he makes the most sense.
Yep. I mean, we're gonna keep this pick and the last pick pretty short. Patrick, why don't you finish off your draft? Who are you going with 14 to the Rockets? Kenneth Faried. The Manimal goes to Houston. Kevin, who you going 14?
Marcus Morris.
All right, so Morris still goes to Houston.
So you don't pick Isaiah Thomas up?
No.
Huh. Okay. I mean, I want to hear why.
Oh, like right now? Okay. They had Goran Dragic at point guard.
Okay, but they brought in Isaiah Thomas after he left the Kings anyway, so.
No, they could trust Johnny Flynn, right? They could trust Johnny Flynn. You know, the guys that you had faith in him, so why not them?
I hate you. There are few people I hate on this earth as much as you.
I gotta do some breathing.
Gotta do some deep breathing.
I just say if they have to go one of their fits, I just say they should focus on small forward for that. They already had Luis Scola at power forward, so I think that's already fine right there. And they can probably pick up another a different point guard if they don't have Isaiah Thomas to bring in.
Y'all are gonna hate this. I'm actually gonna go Chandler Parsons.
What the fuck? Oh my fucking gosh.
Chandler Parsons for some years was a damn good player.
Yeah,
for the first 4 years of his career, was an incredibly good player and was probably the best value contract there was in the league because he was on a second rounder's contract. But I mean, the question for me is, would I rather have Reggie Jackson or Chandler Parsons? And I mean, Reggie Jackson is an average point guard. They had Goran Dragic, and they obviously used Chandler Parsons damn well. So at that point, I mean, I can't take it's only between Chandler Parsons and Reggie Jackson. I don't like Kenneth Faried. I mean, Kenneth Faried flamed out real quick, and now that we know that 3-point shooting is so much more valuable than just pure height, I gotta go with the guy that was an incredible shooter until he got addicted to pain medication. So there you go.